players. But Tyler, I don't know who's a good coach anymore. Like coming into the year, man, we were talking about Daboll. I feel like I do feel like he's hurting them, costing like the head coaches can cost you games. Like those decisions are what you're paid for in the fourth quarter, late in games. That's where you make your mark. And then you look at Arizona, you look at Indianapolis with rookie coaches. I like what they're doing with Minshew and Anthony Richardson before he got hurt. And Arizona, what they're doing with Dobbs, who they got 2 weeks before the season, and now they're just shipping him to, Minnesota to go try his best, which another reason we're pro player. But think about Josh Dobbs, his life.
That's a good point on Daboll, though, because we've got to be objective here. And I've been singing his praises nonstop.
Me too.
And rightfully so. He was the coach of the year.
No question.
I think they'll be fine. I think that
I do too.
He is a good coach. I think that Joe Shane is a good GM. But man, talk about these New York Giant fans just being tortured in new ways each week, each season. 10-7. Was it 20-some seconds left? 4th and 1. Monsoon. You need 1 yard. Gain the yard. Game over. That's it. And that's the decision that he's made. Think back to week 1, Tennessee Titans going for 2. Believing in your guys. He had to kick that field goal. And then you missed that field goal. And then Zach Wilson wakes up from the, I'm sorry. I can't even speak. Did you see Zach Wilson's quote after the game?
Yes. I don't know Tyler. We'll get into this. If you want to, we can talk about him too. He's not playing. It's crazy, man. It's crazy what the Jets are doing. It's crazy.
I mean, if it hasn't been slapped on T-shirts yet, it will soon. But Zach Wilson was playing like absolute manure up to that point.
Like he always looked.
Yeah, awful.
But
he was asked, what was
improvement
kind of going through his head when they take over after that missed field goal.
Yeah,
24 seconds, no problem.
No problem.
I think it's like that. It's that air of unearned cockiness that just pisses everybody off. Like a lot of quarterbacks could say that, and we'd all justifiably be praising them as like, just cocksure, confident. You got to be that way in that moment. Guys rally behind that. But not somebody who's been an unmitigated bust. Not somebody who has been that bad on that team to the point where you are wooing Aaron Rodgers and he tears his Achilles and now you're out there just trying to survive offensively. But yeah, back to the Giants. To lose to that team, that quarterback that way, that's awful. That's really bad.
It happened. I mean, I've seen it with Washington this year. Once these coaches can learn to get field goals and punts out of their vocabulary, I swear I think things will get better for them. I really believe that. Like, get it out of your mind.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's time and play, but it should be your last. Like I always say about punting, it's quiet quitting. Maybe one a game, maybe if you can.